Hello, my name is Catherine Drummond, and today's lesson is on the buttonhole space filler in Casalguidi embroidery. All you're going to need is your prepared fabric. I like to have mine in an embroidery hoop like this, and you'll need some thread in a needle. So I like to use a tapestry needle with counted work, and this thread is number 8 pearl cotton, which is what's typically used in Casalguidi embroidery today. So buttonhole space filler can be used to create just about any shape in Casalguidi embroidery that you want to create. But the first step is to backstitch the shape that you want. So I will just backstitch a small shape here. For demonstration purposes. This can be just about any shape that you want. It probably shouldn't have too many fine details in the outline, since that might not show up very well with the buttonhole space filler that we'll add to it afterwards. You'll see what I mean. As you can see, I have a completed outline here in backstitch, and you do want the outline to go all the way around whatever shape it is that you want to make. Now you'll come up near the top of your shape. I like to come up on the left-hand side, and this is the top here. And I'm going to slide my needle under a stitch on the right-hand side. This lays a thread across the shape, and we call that a return. So now I'm going to turn my work so that I can buttonhole back across here. So I'm going to make buttonhole stitches going under the back stitches along this top edge and under the return. So under both of those and over top of this thread that's looped to the left. And that makes a buttonhole stitch. And I'll continue along under the back stitch, under the return, and over the working thread. When you reach the other side, you slide the needle under another of the back stitches on that side. You don't pierce the fabric. Now I'm going to create a new return by sliding under a back stitch on the opposite side. So you can see there's now a new thread running across the shape. For the second row, I will go in through a buttonhole stitch loop under the return and over the working thread, making a new buttonhole stitch. Into the next buttonhole stitch under the return and all the way across. And again under a back stitch on that side. So now you can see I have 2 rows of buttonhole stitches. We haven't pierced the fabric at all since we came up here to begin the buttonhole stitch space filler. I just completed a 3rd row of buttonhole stitches, and I'm going to create one more return and complete this shape. Before I finish this off, I can just stuff this if I want it to look a little bit more dimensional. So I can slip some thread clippings under here or a little bit of polyester stuffing. And then I just complete the shape by going into a buttonhole stitch under the return and under the back stitch along the bottom of the shape. And we will do that all the way across. And once that is complete, now we plunge to the back of the work. And there's our finished buttonhole space filler shape. As you can see, you could make this in any number of different shapes and use it for whatever effect you like. I hope that you'll find this video useful and that you enjoy stitching the buttonhole space filler in Casalguidi embroidery. Happy stitching!